Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I've created a filter for an Italian YouTuber. It's gonna be an Who Are You filter. If you don't know what it's about, it's gonna show you an initial card with a question, and then when the animation starts, a series of characters or answer are going to shuffle very quickly, and at the end just one will be shown. So today I'm gonna show you how I have achieved that. I also have implemented the shuffle sound during the shuffle, and a final sound which changes in base of who has been selected by the filter. So there's gonna be also some audio player handling, let's say. Follow me on Instagram m_vanal, and subscribe to the channel if you wanna stay updated for future workshop. I've also left a link in the description where I'm just giving you some free panels for doing this workshop. Are not gonna be these ones, are gonna be much more simple panels, but if you don't wanna spend time making it, or if you don't have them ready, you can simply download them from that link. Let's start. So the first thing we're gonna do is gonna be adding a face tracker. As the first card is gonna be positioned on the top of our head, we need a face tracker for that. So add object face tracker, and inside the face tracker we're gonna add a plane which is going to host, let's say, the card texture. As you can see now, it's not following me, it's on my nose because it's not inside the face tracker, so we put it inside and now it's following me. We don't want it here, so I'm gonna position it better like that. I'm just checking if the deepness is fine, that Z looks good. Okay, then anyway you can adjust it as you prefer. As you can see now, it doesn't look like nothing. So let's change the name. First of all, it's gonna be question. And now, in order to change this panel, how the panel look like, we need to add the materials for it. So it's gonna be question matte, and then we need to add the texture for it. So I'm gonna take the texture that I already have. You can use whatever texture you want. I'm leaving in the description free download for basic texture for this workshop. Are not gonna be the same I'm using, but are very good for just learning and do the workshop. Cool, I've added the texture here. I'm gonna rename it to question texture. As you can see here, is a bit squashed. I'm going to change the size of it. So on the third one, you can make it a bit better. This is Italian, by the way. It's just asking a question like which one are you, basically. Okay, I think it's fine. I mean, you can adjust it as you want, really. Now what we need is the second panel. So when the animation will start, this panel will be hidden, and the answer panel will be shown instead. So let's add another plane for that. Answer, say always inside the face tracker, and again this one will need an answer material, which is gonna be create new answer matte, and let's position it. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. Now for being more comfortable, I'm just gonna hide the question. It's gonna be easier. Now in order to add the question material, as is not gonna be one image. During the shuffle, a sequence of images are gonna be shown, and it's basically gonna be an animation. In order to achieve that, we need to add an animation sequence from here, which we will call it, like PG members, as the question is basically going to ask you, who are you of these members? Which one are you of these members? Now that you have this animation, you need to select the images you want to show after the other. So I'm gonna take the one I have. Again, you can put whatever you want, or you can download them from the link. Perfect. So as you can see now, this animation has 5 frames, which are the answers, five answers, and now we need to basically add this one as texture. And voila! For some reason it's starting already. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to start already. Let's stop the loop. That's why now we don't care about the loop. Perfect. So this is the first part. Now we have 2 panels. So let's go on view, show and hide patch, or you can use a shortcut, which is Command Option P for Mac. And on screen tap, for now we're gonna use screen tap as action. At the end of the video, we will do it with the camera recording. As far as I know, there is not a way to test the camera record action from here, so we will just use the screen tap for now. Cool. So what we want to do is grab the patch visible from the question plane as not, as we will be using it for hiding and showing. Perfect. So basically what we have been saying is, on tap, do not make this object visible. Then if we click again, it's gonna be visible. So by default it's gonna be visible, and if we click, it's not gonna be visible anymore. Without the not, we would not have it visible by default. That means won't be visible by default, and on tap will be visible. But we want the opposite. Hope makes sense. So we need the not basically. Cool. And we want to do the opposite for the answer panel. By default it's gonna be hidden, and on tap it's gonna become visible. There we are. Perfect. Cool. So in order to achieve the animation, once the answer panel will be shown, we will need a loop animation patch, a random patch, a run patch, and the current frame patch from the animation sequence. Here is gonna be saved the final frame chosen, the round patch is gonna round the number, and from looped we are going to link loop animation with random. This animation should start on switch, which is gonna happen when we screen tap, and let's see. Okay, one thing I forgot, we need to set from 0 to 5, as we have 5 frames. As you can see now, it's showing, and the duration, 1 second is too long. Let's do 0.05. Now it's giving more shuffle experience, let's say. Now if we would restart or filter from here and we press tap, we could see the animation running, and that's good, but we are not actually stopping the animation for the final frame. That's the logic we're going to implement now. So in order to stop the animation for the final frame and make it last a precise number of seconds, we need to add some more logic, as I said. So we need the run time patch here, then we need an offset patch, link the runtime with the value, and then you need a less than. And and an end patch. Now, and this has to be linked to enable. So before, loop animation was linked to the switch. That means the loop was starting on switch. And now it has to start on switch and when and while the time is less than 4. This time starts when the filter is open, which means if the user doesn't press stop immediately, this animation won't work. That's why we need also to reset the offset, which means on switch we want also to reset the offset, which means the time will be resetted on switch, and then the 4 seconds will actually be calculated from there. So if I now reset, as you can see now the animation is not running because these conditions are not satisfied. But when we will press switch, everything will start. So first of all, we need to decide the time. We will set 4 seconds. And now we start. Nothing is running here. This is running. Both conditions are true. The animation is running. And after 4 seconds, this end is not going to be satisfied anymore, and the animation will stop. That's the shuffle animation and the shuffle logic. Now we can think about the audio. Let's see. So that means once this animation starts, which is from here, we want to basically fire a sound. For doing that, we need a single clip controller, an audio player, and we need also an audio track. We'll use an audio track. I have an audio track already. You can pick up, whatever you want. I'm just gonna pick up the one I have. You can also import an audio from the AR library, just for playing an audio. Doesn't really matter now which one you have. Cool. I have imported my audio, which is here now. Just to be clear, you could simply do this: audio import free. I'm gonna delete it as I don't need it. But once you have it, just drag it on here, on the patch. And that's going to be your audio clip. The outcome is a speaker. So the audio will have to go in a speaker. By default, you don't have one. So you add object, speaker, and then you basically go on audio, on the audio property of the speaker, and you create a patch. Now, when the animation happens, this audio should start. Okay, you cannot hear it, but is actually happening. If you have everything correctly set as this, is going to happen. The only thing I want to change. Yes. So this audio file is 5 seconds, or animation is 4 seconds. In order to stop it when the animation is finished, we need to link turn off to stop, which means once this animation won't be happening anymore, once these 2 conditions won't be satisfied anymore, this pulse will stop. And when this pulse will stop, also the audio will stop, which is great, is what we want. We don't want any animation in audio happening when they should not. That's it. Actually, this is basically a basic who are you filter. So we have we got the initial question. Once we click, we have the answer panel with an animation happening. After 4 seconds, we have the final one, and also an audio during the shuffle. One thing I add always in my filter are the instructions, in order to a simple way for adding them is always using the runtime. So that means if you want to show an instruction in the first 6 seconds, you link the runtime to a less than. So we go on device, custom instructions, and we got our device patch. As you can see here, there is a token which has to be the instruction token. So we got project, edit properties, instruction, custom instructions. If you don't have custom instruction, just click here. And then we want to add the one for recording. We want to tell to the user to record. There we are. So now we have added this instruction in the project. Now you copy the token and you add it over here. It got frozen. Oh no, it didn't got frozen. Is telling me something here. Okay, nothing. That's good. Probably because we didn't have the token. That means, you know, as you saw, if I restart, for the first 6 seconds, it's gonna tell to a user when you start recording, this filter is gonna work. We don't have the record yet. We have the screen tap because so we can test it. But in order to finalize the filter and actually do it on record, you need to go on camera, drag your camera patch here, and on video recording this is gonna happen. That's all you have to do. The switch is gonna happen. That's all, guys. This is everything for a basic who are you filter. Let me know again if you have any questions, something is not clear. If you, I don't know if you've seen, you don't have seen my original filter, as it was for an Italian YouTuber, but in the original I also have some decoration here, some 2D objects, which are nice to have, also because they have to be responsive, which means as you change the size of the screen, or basically we use the filter in different screens, that 2D images has to stay in place, in the right place. They don't have to, you know, to be here because you set them wrongly. One other thing I've done in my final filter is also output an audio in base of who was chosen by the filter. And again, if you want to know also how to do decoration, how to fire an audio in base of who has been chosen, let me know in the description and I will eventually make a second part. But really that's all you need to do for a basic who are you filter, have instruction, and yeah, have it nice and working. That's all, guys. Again, follow me on Instagram and the channel to be updated, and yeah, let me know if you have any other filter you would like me to bring to you. See you soon.